heard the statistics and seen the photographs. Humans domesticated companion animals, and now we dispose them. The animals we keep as pets are not equipped to fend for themselves. They need food, shelter, medical care, and love. But what happens when a stray is in need? Who is there to provide for the millions of homeless pets in the United States? Most animal shelters are privately funded organizations that operate over capacity. The demand for medical services, food, and space is high, and resources are limited. However, there is an alternative.
Why no kill? That's just simply in my heart, that every life, whether it's human or animal, is precious and valuable.
No kill because, and we're all of us who work here, that's one thing we're all very firm believers in. We're no kill because really it's not the animal's fault that the situation that we're in, it's the fault of people that we have such an overpopulation problem, mainly with not spaying and neutering. And so there's no reason for them to have to suffer because of our mistakes.
To take in the old and the sick, to provide for them, to adopt out those that are adoptable, and to give every life a chance. No kill is a very broad term, and everyone defines no kill in a totally different way. We define no kill as being just that. The old and the sick still have a chance. We do not abort. But just like the story of the starfish, I mean, you cannot save everyone. No one can save everyone. But you can make a difference in the lives of those that you do save. And because we are so particular in our mission, we have to remain limited admission in order to provide the optimum care, the medical care, that the ones who come to us do need. We began in 2000, having visited best friends in Utah. Caroline was a special needs kitty. We fell in love with her. She connected with Tom, my husband, and he connected with her. She had been there for 10 years, and it seems that she picked us to carry on her mission, which is to help the older and the special needs. And when we came back, we knew that no one here was taking those that the humane societies did not want, which is the ones that require a lot of extra care. Nobody should die because they're old or sick. Everyone should have a chance at medical care and food and a warm place. So we started Caroline's Kids in her honor, in her memory, and we started with our retirement fund.
It was started out by the directors and her husband, their retirement fund. But we've gotten a 501, we do have donations, we do every once in a while get a grant, and it's just a lot of begging, a lot of work, and a lot of people's money to try to keep it going. It takes about $15,000 a month to run the house.
I beg a lot. I am the fundraiser also as well as the director, so we have fundraising events. We do mailings about every 6 to 8 weeks, appeal letters, and our normal mailings at Christmas. We have our tree lighting ceremony. There's different things that are consistent each year, and what monies do not come in through the fundraising efforts. The cost is $15,000 a month to keep this place open. Then the money has to come from credit cards and again from our retirement. No cat is ever turned away because of money, and no cat is ever denied medical care because of money. We feel very strongly that if they're here, some way, somehow, I will find a way to pay for their medical care, but it has to be done. It's consistent with our mission.
The motivation was that when she saw special needs cats, she realized that there's very few places for those type of cats. And so she wanted to have a place where they could have their full life and not have to worry about if they were adopted, they would still have a home.
People are very cruel when it comes to their animals. They don't think about them in the essence of throwing them out onto the streets, thinking they can take care of themselves.
But we don't really take owner surrenders. The main cats that you'll see here are cats that are strays with a medical emergency. We take cats that are hit by cars, starving, have some been caught by a dog or any type of injury, and generally a stray. And we also, since we specialize in FIVs, we do take FIVs on a limited time. I mean, there's not that much room in that for the FIVs because someone has to die to get in, but we know that when we keep one of those that we are saving a life.
We take in emergency strays. They come in bad shape, matted hair, really sick, usually some bite wounds. They just come in bad shape and we try fixing them up.
From the time they come in the door, they're examined, they're given flea treatment, deworming. They're put in the clinic and they're assessed. Their blood work is done to make sure that they're healthy. We certainly combo test them. That's one of the first things that we do for FIV and leukemia, because that would indicate which room they were to go into. And that's one of the main things that we do, because that is our specialty, is FIV and leukemia cats.
It's FIV. The F stands for feline instead of the H, which you'd have in human. So people do call it AIDS, and it has the same fears that people have when AIDS came out back in the 80s. It's the same thing, and now we're starting to slowly evolve into where people feel like they are a little more comfortable with it, and they realize they can take them into their homes. But until then, we're keeping the cats here. They have a forever home, and every cat up there is a life that you wouldn't see anywhere else because we've saved them.
When I come in, I only do the oldies but goodies room. I do it on Tuesday and Thursdays, and it is an absolute mess when I go in, and 5 hours later, it's nice and clean. I wouldn't want to see it an hour after I leave, but it's very satisfying to do something for the animals. And I love all the cats in my room, of course.
A lot of good people out there, the people who are part of Caroline's, the volunteers who are gold to us. I mean, we would not be here, we could not do this if it were not for the generosity of the volunteers who believe in the mission and who spend an enormous amount of time here morning till night cleaning and caring for the animals. And people are here on holidays. I mean, obviously the cats don't open their own food.
In Lake County, 250 abandoned cats got a big treat today at the cat sanctuary called Caroline's Kids. Volunteers brought in a special turkey dinner today. Now, Joe Zabrowski went room to room with a team of volunteers to make sure each cat got a plate, and you can tell it wasn't long for the news to spread. These are all rescued cats that have been taken in by the sanctuary. For the folks that run the shelter, this is a labor of love.
They're animals. I mean, they're living, breathing creatures. They got to be fed, they got to be taken care of. People abandon them, and they don't ask for this.
It's about helping others, making others happy, whether they have 2 legs or 4. It is about making others happy, and no one should be hungry today. And just because they're cats, they shouldn't be hungry either.
The staff at Caroline's Kids promises that every cat accepted into the sanctuary will have food, shelter, and medical care for life. As you might imagine, with 250 residents, the cat sanctuary could really use some donations during the holidays.
It's taught me how much I really care for animals and how disappointed I can be in humans, because working with animals, you see a lot of times you see the good side of humans, but you can also see the very bad side of them too.
It's taught us the good in people, and certainly the very serious cases that we see come through the door of the little ones who are in terrible condition because of a human who mistreated them, who didn't care for them, who didn't love them the way they should have been loved. It makes me very angry. If there's someone out there who would like to help the mission, which is a very strict no-kill, very strict. If there's someone out there who would like to be a part of Caroline's or to help us in any way, you know, that we need, that would be all that I would ask, because if it weren't for people coming forward, we can't keep going.